Once upon a time, in a cozy little house, there lived a teenage girl named Jess. One sunny morning, Jess was having a slumber party with her friend Kara. They had just finished a yummy breakfast when Kira, another friend, decided to call her mom. She told her mom that she and Jess were going to visit their friend Amber at her lake house. After getting permission, Kira sweetly said, "I love you," and hung up the phone. While Jess was taking a shower, Kira wanted to help out. She offered to water the plants outside. As Kara poured water on the garden, she didn't notice a strange black car driving by their house over and over again. She was too busy with her task to pay attention. Suddenly, the street became quiet. A car stopped in the driveway, and a man stepped out. He walked toward Kara with a friendly smile and asked if anyone was home. Not thinking anything was wrong, Kara said no. But then, everything changed in an instant. The man pulled out a gun and told her to be quiet. He grabbed her and dragged her toward his car. Terrified, Kara was shoved into a small container in the back of the vehicle. She felt panic rising inside her as she struggled to breathe. After driving for a while, the man stopped the car and opened the container. When Kara sat up, she saw the gun pointed at her again. The man calmly told her he would tie her hands and put something in her mouth to keep her quiet. He made it clear he was serious and would use the gun if he had to. As he went to get some rope from the trunk, Kara thought about escaping but quickly realized it might be too dangerous. So she stayed still, hoping for a chance to get away without getting hurt. Once he tied her up and gagged her, he ordered her back into the container and drove off again. Meanwhile, Jess had finished her shower and got dressed. She called out for Kara to let her know they could leave for the lake house, but all she heard was silence. Feeling uneasy, Jess began searching everywhere for her friend. When she noticed the water still running outside, worry filled her heart. Jess quickly dialed Kara's mom, Deborah, asking if she had picked up Kara yet. Panic washed over her when Deborah said no. Deborah's heart raced as she called all of Kara's friends to see if they had seen her daughter. One by one, they all said no. With fear gripping her heart, Deborah rushed out of her office and drove straight to Jess's house. Tears streamed down her face as she imagined what might have happened to Kara. The day that started so bright now felt dark and scary, as everyone began searching for answers in this troubling mystery. Here, Deborah was filled with fear as she picked up the phone to call her ex-husband. She had to tell him that their daughter, Jess, was missing. After hanging up, Deborah quickly called the police to report Jess as a missing person. But when the officer took her report, he thought Kara might just be running away. He didn't realize how serious the situation was. Meanwhile, Kara was trapped in a small container. Suddenly, she felt it being moved, and then the lid opened. She was free, but her relief was short-lived. The kidnapper grabbed her and took her to a bedroom filled with strange tools. He told Kara to face him and laid down some scary rules. He said he would always have a gun and warned her not to do anything foolish. He insisted she call him Daddy and that she must ask for his permission before doing anything. With a creepy smile, he started asking her questions about herself, like where she lived and if she had a boyfriend. Kara felt scared but answered honestly, saying she had never had sex before. After getting the information he wanted, he took off her clothes and told her to shower quickly. Later, he gave Kara one of his shirts to wear. They sat on the couch together while she tried to calm down. Kara thought of questions to ask him, hoping to find a way to escape. The man told her he had served in the army for 9 years and promised he wouldn't hurt her unless she made him angry. Then he brought out some marijuana and forced her to smoke it. He put on a video that showed inappropriate things and ordered her to watch closely and describe what she saw. Hours passed, and when he finally got up to make dinner, Kara politely refused to eat. She offered to clean the kitchen instead, hoping it would keep her safe. But then he asked her to take off her clothes again and took her back to the bedroom where he hurt her. Afterward, they returned to the couch. He flipped through the TV channels, showing Kara that no one was looking for her on the news. This made him feel smug as he returned her to the bedroom and ordered her back into the container because he needed to make a phone call. Inside the container, Kara felt panic rising in her chest. It was hard to stay quiet as anxiety took over. A few minutes later, the man came back with a pill and some water, saying it would help calm her down. He praised her for listening before tying her hands to the bedpost and going to sleep. The next morning, while he was still asleep, Kara carefully untied herself without waking him up. Wearing the shorts he had given her, she quietly unlocked the door and ran outside. She dashed through small apartment buildings until she reached the road. When a car passed by, she waved frantically for it to stop. She told the driver everything that had happened and begged them to take her to the police station. Inside the station, Kara reported what happened at the front desk. She waited nervously until Lieutenant Aaron came over and asked for her story. With tears in her eyes, she told him about being kidnapped by a man who had hurt her repeatedly. Here, Lieutenant Aaron was busy at the police station trying to find Kara. He had his team search the system for any missing person reports. Soon, they found Kara's mom, Deborah. Aaron called her right away. Deborah was still awake, worried sick about her daughter. When Aaron told her they had found Kara, she felt a rush of relief. He let Kara talk to her mom on the phone. With tears in her eyes, Kara begged Deborah to come get her. Aaron knew they needed to act fast to catch the man who took her. He asked Kara if she could help them find the apartment where she had been held. Kara agreed, wanting to do anything she could to help. With Aaron and his team, Kara went back to the place where she had been trapped. After finding the apartment, they returned to the police station where Deborah was waiting for her. When Kara saw her mom, they hugged tightly, both so thankful to be together again. Later at the hospital, Sergeant Bonnie spoke with Kara to gather more information about what happened. To Bonnie's surprise, she learned that Kira had noticed things in the kidnapper's house while being held there. Bonnie showed Kira some photographs, hoping she could identify the man responsible. Kira recognized him right away. Bonnie explained that even though they hadn't found him at the apartment, a big search was already underway. The police broke into the kidnapper's home and discovered he had fled. They found a box full of girls' underwear and old newspaper articles about his victims. The sheriff was disgusted by what he saw and ordered his officers to contact other counties where girls had gone missing. Back at the hospital, Kara was getting a checkup so nurses could gather evidence. Meanwhile, the county sheriff ordered that pictures of the kidnapper be shared everywhere so that people could help catch him. As they investigated further, the police learned that a woman named Ashley lived with the kidnapper. She had been away on vacation with his mother during the incident. They tried to reach out to her for more information. After her treatment, Kara went to the hospital lobby to meet Jess and her boyfriend Ryan, who were worried about her. Feeling overwhelmed by everything that happened, Kara asked her mom if they could go home. On their drive back, Deborah asked Kara questions about what happened, but Kara didn't want to talk about it. She said she didn't want to know any more details. When they finally arrived home, they found their house filled with police officers and neighbors bringing food and support. But all of this made Kara feel suffocated. She just wanted everyone to leave her alone. Sergeant Bonnie arrived with updates on the case and reassured Kara that the police were there for her safety since they still hadn't caught the kidnapper. Kara felt hopeful that soon everything would be okay again. The next morning, while eating breakfast, Kara told her mom she wanted to visit her boyfriend's house. But Deborah refused, which made Kara angry. She insisted that she wouldn't let this horrible incident control her life. While they argued, Jess came over, and the two friends headed upstairs together. At the station, everyone worked hard to catch the man who had caused so much pain and fear. They managed to contact his family, including his wife, mother, and sister. When they spoke to his sister, Stephanie, she admitted that she had always suspected something was wrong. She didn't think this was the first time her brother had done something terrible. Stephanie also told the lieutenant that her brother had called her the day before and gave him the address of the motel where he was staying. When the police searched the motel, they felt disappointed to find out that he had left in a hurry. Meanwhile, Sheriff visited Kara's house. His presence felt like a warm hug during a scary time. He talked to Kara about how the investigation was going and shared all the hard work the team was putting in. He praised Kara for being so brave, saying it was her strength that helped shine a light on the awful things the kidnapper had done. He promised her that they would catch him soon. The next day, the police reached out to Stephanie again. She revealed that her brother wanted to meet at his favorite restaurant. Knowing this was urgent, law enforcement quickly organized a team and set up a plan to catch him when he arrived. When the suspect finally showed up, a tense chase began through the streets. He ran through buildings, trying to escape but found nowhere to go. In a moment of desperation, he made a terrible choice and ended his own life. The following morning, Kara woke up to the delicious smell of pancakes cooking in the kitchen. Her mom, Deborah, smiled at her and shared some shocking news. The man who had kidnapped her had killed himself the day before. This news brought a mix of feelings for Kara. She felt relieved that she no longer had to live in fear of him finding her. But at the same time, she felt robbed of the chance to confront him in court and see him punished for what he did. While she was sad about not getting justice in that way, Kara found comfort in knowing she wouldn't have to relive her trauma by testifying in court. Later, when Sheriff came to visit her again, he acknowledged how hard this must be for her and her family. In a heartfelt moment, Kara approached her mom and apologized for any distress she caused earlier. She looked Deborah in the eyes and told her how strong she felt now. "I have survived," she declared with determination. And just like that, another chapter closed on this tough story. As we wrap up today's recap, I hope you enjoyed it.